Hi, dear students. I hope you have had a really good weekend, and I'm here to introduce this new topic that is present perfect. Last Friday, I made a short introduction about this new topic, and I am going to clarify some things using this presentation. So let's get started. Past participles. Why is important the past participles? Because those are the verbs that we are going to use in this tense. I mean, when we are talking about past participles, we have infinitive, that is the normal verb that we use, for example, in present. We have the other line that is past simple, yeah, and we have the past participles. As you can see, I divided this with colors in order to see the difference between the regular, that they are in blue, and the irregular verbs. With the regular verbs, there is no problem actually, because you just put ed and that's it, and it's the same in past simple and in past participles. But what happened with irregular verbs? For example, go, buy, and verb to be, that in present is am, is, and are. In past simple, it changed. As you know, go becomes went, buy, bought, and verb to be was or were. And there are some verbs, like the case of go and the verb to be in this case, that they change even in the past participles. Go, went, and gone. And there are other verbs like buy that is both in past simple and is the same in past participle. Okay? But as I told you, there are others like go and verb to be that they change in all the lines. So we have was and were in past simple, and we have been as past participle. So one of your homework for this weekend is start to look for a list of verbs in which you can find the three lines. You can go to Google and write list of verbs in past participles, in past participle, for example, and you start to see that this, like these charts or tables with all this difference between the verbs. Why start with the past participles? Because we are going to start to use these verbs. Forget it about this ones, past simple, and let's start with past participles, to use past participles. In present perfect, or the main function of the present perfect is to describe experiences. We are going to see some examples. Positive and negative sentences. So we have here some examples. This is the organization of the sentence. I divided in yellow these ones that go with have or haven't, or sometimes you can say have not. But remember that when you are speaking normally you say haven't. And we have he, she, it with has, and the negative hasn't. So here we can see some examples. We can say you have traveled to different countries. That can be an experience. They haven't helped people in difficult situations. That's another example. We haven't ridden camels a lot of times. This is an example that we saw on Friday class. We have here other examples with he or she or it. He has cleaned the kitchen. That will be an experience. She hasn't or has not eaten pizza. And it hasn't slept under a tree, or he hasn't slept under a tree. So as we can see here, it's not necessary, for example, to use like a time a reference, a time reference, or a time expression. So it is just to describe experiences as in these examples, as we can see here. And the question form, basically we change the order between the person and the auxiliary verb. For example, in the sentences we say they have gone to Paris, but in questions we just exchange the order between the pronoun and the auxiliary verb. So, have they gone to Paris? Yes, they have, or no, they haven't. Has she eaten sushi? Yes, she has. No, she hasn't. And we have with WH questions. Also, we just put the WH question at the beginning, but the rest stay the same. For example, why have you broken the mobile phone? Where has Diana been? Okay, so when we use question WH questions, we just put it here at the beginning before the auxiliary verb, and that's it. Those are the questions. So that's it for now, guys. So I will recommend you to start to study past participles. This is very important that you start to study because we are going to use them all the time. That's all for now, and thank you very much for your attention. Bye. See you tomorrow.